Good morning. Today on News Update, the U.S. invades Nicaragua, 8,000 people perish in a Tucson earthquake, and Venture Stores unveils its Spring Sight and Sound sale on May 8th. We'll have these stories and much more coming up next on News Update. Stay with us.
The challenge is ice hockey. The power is Nintendo. It's as slick as ice, as fast as fury. Throw in your shoulder, dig in your blade, blast it in, or be blown away. Ice hockey only from Nintendo.
From the Venture Broadcasting Network, this is News Update with Glenn Chase, Cindy Wallace, Susan Deal with weather, and Mike Dixon Sports.
Good morning, I'm Glenn Chase along with Cindy Wallace reporting on VBN. That's the Venture Broadcasting Network. Let's go right to our top story. Venture Stores, a $1.2 billion division of the May Company, will kick off its semi-annual Sight and Sound sale on May 8th with some of the most exceptional values in the company's history. Cindy, I understand that this event is comprehensive in scope, topical in selection, and includes more name brands than ever.
That's right, Glenn, with outstanding values from VCRs to camcorders, from TVs to TV games, from CD players to CD software, from cameras to telephones, Walkmans to racks, cassettes to movies. The list goes on.
Cindy, it's estimated that Venture's Spring Sight and Sound sale will generate $4,413,000 versus $3,229,000 last year. That's not only big business, but a big 37% pickup over last year. A department overview clearly indicates what areas are responsible for fueling this growth. Department 365 TV games will post a whopping 196% increase with sales of $772,000. Venture will be promoting all Nintendo cartridges, and even though the action set will not be advertised, 2,000 units will be sold during Sight and Sound. Department 310 will produce $415,000 in sales versus $382,000 last year. That's a 51% pickup. Venture's expanded phones from a half a page last year to a full page this year, featuring the most dominant cordless phone ad ever. Look for a strong performance in Department 315 Video Electronics with sales of $906,000 versus $675,000 last year, a 34% pickup. Venture has elevated VCRs and camcorders to the cover of the company's circular and anticipates $736,000 in sales from the front page. Audio Electronics, Department 065, will pick up 38% and produce $621,000 in sales during Sight and Sound. 2 full pages of exceptional values will ensure this strong improvement over last year. Department 214 will post a 29% increase with sales of $493,000. Cartoons, movies, and Polaroid videotape are all key contributors to this big pickup. Well, there you have it, the key growth departments for this year's May Sight and Sound event. For a closer look, here's Cindy.
And Glenn, behind every strong department are strong key items, and this year's Sight and Sound is no exception. The Nintendo Action System will sell 2,000 units and account for $222,000 in sales. As you said, it's not even advertised. Nintendo cartridges are worth $480,000, and that's at 22% gross margin. Venture will sell 16,000 during Sight and Sound. That's over 200 a store. Cordless phones will produce $181,000 on 3 models, with price points of $39, $69, and $89.99. The new RCA VCR will rack up $230,000 worth of sales. Venture is excited about adding the #1 market share leader to their event and expects to sell 1,000 units. Another hot property will be the JVC VHSC camcorder for only $488.88. That's a $196,000 sales opportunity for Venture. Venture has lowered the price on the Emerson 4-head VCR to $259.99 and will sell 600 for $156,000 in sales. The Canon SureShot has always been a top performer at Venture. This year's sales will reach 1,000 units for $125,000. CDs will be hot at $11.99. Venture is projecting sales of 8,300 units for $100,000. The Polaroid 3-pack is on the front page, and at only $233 a tape after rebate, will sell 15,000 for a whopping $150,000 in sales for Sight and Sound. Venture is excited about the cartoon business, but not just because it's worth $100,000 in sales, but because it's one of the biggest margin opportunities at 42%. There you have it, Glenn, this year's unquestionably exciting Sight and Sound Top 10 Key Item List.
Quite an impressive lineup, Cindy. Merchandise presentation is a critical ingredient in any major event. For Sight and Sound, Venture has designated special treatment for the following key items. $2.99 cartoons are to be merchandised on one half of an aisle table. $3.99 public domain movies should be merchandised on the other half. Polaroid 3-pack videotape requires one half of an aisle table. Budget cassette tapes should be merchandised on an end cap in the record department when possible, otherwise on one half of an aisle table. Video and audio storage should be bulked out on pallets. Nintendo cartridges require an end cap plus 4 feet of planogram space. It is imperative that you continuously check that all cartridge titles are represented on the selling floor at all times. The Lennox CT729 boombox is to be merchandised on a departmental end cap. Be sure the unit is operational. The JVC VHSC camcorder is to be displayed on the showcase camcorder fixture at all times. As always, all camcorders must be entered into the camcorder log by serial number upon receipt, and when sold, you must write the customer's name and transaction number next to that serial number. Finally, the 13-inch color TV will be a hot seller at $139.99. To maximize sales, they should be bulked out and palletized adjacent to the electronics department. So as you can see, it is essential that all Venture associates are committed to the implementation of these special presentation guidelines.
Also essential are some of the little things that tend to be taken for granted. All TVs must be connected to the store's master antenna. VCRs must be operational. Any shop-worn samples should be replaced, as should any stereos, radios, or TVs that are missing buttons or switches.
And let's not forget signing. Sight and Sound toppers in 22 by 28 signs should have been saved from last fall's event. If you don't have yours, contact your regional merchandise manager immediately. Also, review your total department now to ensure you are 100% signed and fact tagged where applicable. Bruce Burstein, our local VBN correspondent, is standing by live with this JVC camcorder update. Bruce?
Thanks, Glenn. I'm using the JVC Video Movie. This handy little camcorder uses VHS-C tapes, which are designed for ease of use and will work with any VHS home unit. The camcorder weighs under 2 pounds, so I can take it anywhere. What's really nice about this little gem is how easy it is to use. All I do is point and shoot. The camera works in most lighting situations and requires no focusing. And look what all it comes packed with. Here's my cassette C adapter, my 40-minute rechargeable battery pack, my first C tape for recording. All this for $488.88? Well, let's go try this out, see how it works. I figure my first priority is capture my kids at fun and sport. Because of its one-button operation, I can catch all the action. What a great-looking young kid. I always enjoy catching friends in embarrassing moments. Let's sneak into the bathroom to see who might be sutsing up. Oh, just when you thought it was safe to go back to the shower. Well, I figure it's always safe to catch on tape the things we really love, and those that really love us. They never argue, are seldom grumpy, and just require a little gas now and then. My new car.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
Well, let's take our first tape and see how it came out. As I said, the cassette can be viewed in any VHS home recorder. I just pop the C tape into the C adapter, and the C adapter loads like any VHS tape. Speaking of tape, don't forget Venture has the hottest pricing on blank cassettes, like the Polaroid 3-pack T120 or single Beta 750 for only $233 after rebate. I understand this will generate $150,000 in volume. That combined with the $196,000 that the JVC camcorder will produce, surely I can get Venture to pay for that parking ticket. Well, let's hit play and see how my cassette came out. Back to you, Glenn.
Thanks, Bruce. To help the stores gear up for Sight and Sound this year, as always, the buying organization has put together a handy Sight and Sound manual that includes everything you need to know to make it happen fast and friendly. Be sure to consult yours frequently and pay careful attention to the timing and action calendar supplied by the regionals. This story just handed to me. Venture's value-priced and priced less than last year's signing programs have officially been changed to the more wordy, "We promise that we'll always have the best prices in town, so don't bother to shop Target, Walmart, Zayres, or Kmart because there's no way they'll be cheaper than us." Furthermore, those guys are always out of stock anyway, so why waste a trip? Gas is expensive, isn't it? Stay with us. We'll have more news after this.
Play RC Pro-Am. Play with power. Pull up to the start. Taste the challenge. The power of radio control. If you can't take it, you'll eat dust. Radio Control Pro-Am only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Now, here's our consumer advocate, Brad Glazer, with a look at one of this year's most frequently purchased products.
Okay, that's milk, bread, baby oil. I'll get back to you. Yeah, me too. It looks as if Venture has done it again, putting together another very exciting telephone promotion for Sight and Sound this spring. Focusing heavily on the latest consumer trends, Venture will feature a dominant half page with 3 highly desirable cordless telephones. Using the good, better, best approach, the promotional Lennox cordless at $39.99 leads the way, a great basic cordless for the first-time user. For those who want a name brand with extra features, Venture will offer the Cobra cordless with 10-number memory for $69.99. And for those who demand the very best, the AT&T cordless phone with two-way paging and intercom at $89.99. Combined, these 3 phones represent $181,000, or over 52% of the total telephone volume during Sight and Sound. For those consumers whose lifestyle keeps them away from home, Venture is offering the 2 most wanted names in answering devices, Panasonic and PhoneMate, each with features aimed at different needs. The Panasonic unit features beeperless remote control, dual cassettes, remote turn-on, call screening, and one-touch operation for message playback.
Hi, Brad. Looking forward to seeing you later on this evening.
For those wanting a little more in an answering system, Venture will offer the PhoneMate Model 7050 with built-in telephone. This unit features beeperless remote operation, remote turn-on, dual cassette system, call screening and toll saver, 9-number auto dialer, plus one-touch operation.
How's that German Shepherd of yours?
Add these answering systems to the cordless phones, and combined, these items represent $263,000, or 73% of the total projected telephone sales for Sight and Sound. In addition to cordless and answering systems, Venture will be promoting the new Sound Designer phones in 3 exciting new color combinations. The Telestyle trim lines with 10 memories in 6 colors, and the traditional AT&T trim line basic telephones. The combined pickup of all telephones over last year should exceed 52%. Overall, this event is shaping up to be the best spring Sight and Sound ever.
Thanks, Brad. Looking at that lineup, it's no wonder Venture's phone sales will jump 51% during Sight and Sound. During the fall of 1987, Venture experienced what could only be described as unprecedented growth in the keyboard classification, with a pickup of 81% over 1986. That momentum should carry right through '88, which is music to Chris Parker's ears. Chris, what does it sound like to you?
All right, sounds good to me, Glenn. These days, you don't have to be a star to feel like a famous musician. All you need is your favorite Casio keyboard. For Sight and Sound, we'll feature Casio keyboards at 3 hot price points that'll be sure to appeal to all your customers. First off, we'll start off with the PT100, which we'll feature at our lowest price ever of $39.99. This has features that all you stars out there will like. It lets you play up to 6 keys at once, has 8 built-in tones and 8 built-in rhythms, has a built-in tempo control, and a speaker. All right. Next off, for the next step up, we go to the mid-sized Casio MT220. For all you drum solo enthusiasts out there, this keyboard features 4 onboard drum pads, 12 preset tones and rhythms, 2 built-in speakers, Casio chords that lets even a novice play a chord with only 1 finger. It features a pitch control, much more, and is on sale for the low price, our lowest price ever, of $119.99. That's our lowest price ever. For the professional musician out there in the crowd, we've got the Casio CT360. This amazing keyboard is on sale for $139.99 during our Sight and Sound event. It has 49, count them, 49 crowd, 49 full-size keys. It lets you play up to 8 notes at once. All right, it features 12 preset tones, 12 preset rhythms, and has a built-in speaker. All right, $139.99. All 3 keyboards for our Sight and Sound event do come with batteries, associates, but remember to suggest an AC adapter because we do carry the original manufacturer's AC adapter, Casio, for each one of these. So whatever keyboard your customers decide to purchase from you during our Sight and Sound event, Venture will be the place for keyboards. It's sure to be a crowd pleaser. All right.
It sounds as if keyboards are an exciting growth opportunity for Venture this year. Sound on the go, one of the most demanded products this year. With our mobile society, it's the perfect way to take sound with you.
This spring's Sight and Sound features 8 personal portable stereos. Our cameras went on location to record the many places people are taking sound these days.
That young lady is wearing a GE AM/FM stereo headphone radio with 2-way foldable headband, on sale for $24.99.
And there's a Sony AM/FM stereo cassette player with auto shutoff, ultralight headphones, and belt clip. Best of all, it's a Sony, on sale for only $34.99.
There's the Lennox 729 AM/FM cassette portable stereo recorder. It records live or from radio, AC or battery operation, in violet, black, or lilac. Sight and Sound sale priced $19.99.
How about that Magnavox AM/FM dual cassette stereo boombox with 3-band graphic equalizer, high-speed dubbing, and 4 speakers for great sound, on sale for only $59.99.
There's one of our reporters, Bruce Burstein. Only Bruce. That's the York's AM/FM dual cassette rack stereo with high-speed dubbing and wireless remote control. 3-band graphic equalizer, tower speakers, and it records from all modes. $139.99 during Sight and Sound.
As you can see, warm weather breeds sound-to-go sales, and Venture is prepared to exploit these opportunities with a 38% pickup over last year. Another late-breaking story just handed to me. Due to apparent copyright infringements, Venture Stores must change its slogan, "We can make it happen," as the rock group Chicago has already copyrighted that phrase in their 1974 hit song entitled Dialogue. As a result, effective immediately, Venture's new slogan will be, "Goodbye for now, see you soon." Chris Parker, an assistant buyer at Venture, has been appointed official poster person for this new campaign. Let's check in with our roving reporter, Mike Everdeen, who caught up with Chris at his office.
Thanks, Glenn. Chris, this is really quite an honor. How do you feel about your new appointment?
Well, Mike, it took me totally by surprise. I had no idea the position even existed.
As the poster person for this new Venture campaign, how do you intend on spreading the word?
Well, there's the T-shirt campaign, and we have a button campaign that they can wear on their lapel.
Truly impressive items.
We'll be distributing these to every Venture associate. Pretty soon, every Venture associate in all our stores will be wearing these.
Chris, it sounds like a really exciting program, and I understand there's an unusual technique to this new. Could you demonstrate?
Well, sure, Mike. It goes something like this. Goodbye for now, see you soon. For instance, just this morning, I was at Store 19 working with store manager Jim Coyle, instructing him on how to give the correct wave and how to get that just appropriate voice inflection on the goodbye for now part of the saying. Goodbye for now, see you soon. Goodbye for now, see you soon. Gotta get that lean into it. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. See you soon.
That's it.
How's that?
That's
Just
good.
saying, okay?
That's good.
Goodbye for now.
That's
A
good.
little bend in the knees.
Yeah, that's it.
Goodbye for now. See you soon.
You've
Goodbye
got
for
it.
now. See you
You
soon.
got it.
I got it. I know I can do it.
Good.
I'm gonna try this.
All right.
Goodbye for now. See you soon.
A really impressive program, Chris.
Not only that, Mike, but pretty soon all the Venture circulars will have my smiling face on the cover. Goodbye for now, see you soon. It's a great program.
Sounds exciting. Well, thank you very much, Chris. Good
You're
job, and back to you, Glenn.
Interesting story. Good luck, Chris. We'll be back with weather, sports, and more after this.
Play Rad Racer. Play with power. It's turbo speed in 3D. It's treacherous tracks, hot cars, hairpin turns. One mistake and you'll roll. Rad Racer, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Cindy, it looks as if the weather's been improving lately. What do you think?
It sure has, Glenn. Things are beginning to clear up around here.
Susan, what's in store for May 8th Sight and Sound weather?
Well, Glenn, if you've been waiting for a week to enjoy some sunshine, looks like the second week of May is going to be it. Let's begin with the Midwest region of the United States. First, we'll start with the gateway to the west, good old St. Louis. St. Louis is currently trending at a mild 3% over last year, but we're forecasting a 24% increase over last year for Sight and Sound Week. This translates into a sales reading of $1,028,000 and should represent 23% of the total electronics business. Looks like St. Louisans will have a nice week to look forward to. Now, we move westward to the homes of the Royals and the Sooners. So far this season, Kansas City and Oklahoma City have been experiencing a cooling trend as a result of a nasty fog hovering over this area. But I am glad to report that this fog won't be interfering with a good sales forecast Sight and Sound Week. These clouds should be breaking up to let in the Venture Sun, which will produce $724,000 in sales, a substantial 24% rise to last year. Let's hope these temperatures hold. Those of you in the Windy City, put on your shades and get ready for the beach because May 8th begins a week of cloud-free skies for Chi-Town. Let's take a look at current temperature trends. Chicago is currently trending at a 21% increase in sales season to date. This warming trend should heat up to a whopping 42% increase during Sight and Sound Week. Chicagoans will see a burst of sunshine totaling sales of $2,039,000. This captures a record-breaking high of 46% of the total electronics business. The beach is sounding better every minute. As we move into the vicinity of some smaller Midwest cities, like Peoria, Springfield, and Davenport, they can't seem to break this wave of nice temperatures and blue skies. Let's take a closer look. These outlying areas are trending at a high of 27% increase over last year. During the week of May 8th, the humidity should be at a low 5%, and the sky should remain cloud-free, with a projected record high of 60% over last year. This district should pull in sales of $622,000 and will account for 2% more of the electronics business this year than in '87. This totals 14%. Sounds like a great forecast to me. Well, to wrap things up, if you're looking for sunshine and great bargains, the Midwest region is the place to be May 8th through May 14th, with the Ventures Electronics Division producing a record-breaking high of $4,413,000 in sales.
Thank you, Susan. It sounds like perfect weather for sales. When we return, Mike Dixon in sports.
I've heard kids talking about Konami video games from the Nintendo Entertainment System like they were real. Come on. I mean, the action in Konami's Russian Attack is awesome. And those dudes in Castlevania are pretty intense. And I'll even admit that the sound in Konami games is jamming. But realistic? Give me a break.
Konami video games, so real, they'll blow you away.
Springtime is baseball time. Mike Dixon, can we expect to see any sluggers in Venture's Sight and Sound lineup this May?
Glenn, this spring Sight and Sound features more sluggers and a solid defense of in-stocks than ever before. Here's May 8th's lineup. Batting ninth, some of the world's best-known characters including Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Woody Woodpecker, and Popeye the Sailor Man. These cartoon classics are only $2.99, and at that price, 33,000 units will fly out during Sight and Sound. Batting eighth, Casio keyboards. This awesome threesome include the PT100 at $39.99, the MT220 at $119.99, and the full-size CT360 for only $139.99. Quite a triple play. $112,000 in sales. Venture's number 7th hitter is none other than the Lennox CT729 stereo playing record boombox. At $19.99, it's in a class by itself. Venture will sell 3,500 units for $70,000 in sales. The number 6 batter is the Canon Sure Shot. Venture continues to be the only retailer in America selling this all-time favorite at only $124.99. look for 125,000 in Sight and Sound sales. The fifth batter is a rookie adventure with great potential. For the first time ever, Venture offers the #1 name in VCRs at a Venture low price. Stand back because the RCA might very well hit a grand slam during Sight and Sound. The plan is to sell 1,000 units. The cleanup hitter has done just that every time at bat. We expect this slugger to deliver over $700,000 in sales during Sight and Sound. It may just be the greatest hitter of all time at Venture. And we're talking about what else? Nintendo cartridges. That's a tough act to follow, but the #3 hitter has what it takes to score. It's a strong name brand at a strong Venture price. We may never again see another VHS-C camcorder at a $488.88 price. But for the Sight and Sound, Venture's got the JVC outfit, and it'll produce over $196,000. I feel sorry for the competition. The #2 hitter is sure to get on base. For the first time ever, Venture's offering good, better, best cordless phones. And when I say best, it means AT&T quality. Finally, the leadoff hitter is a sure thing. Always dependable, this star can be counted on to perform in the clutch. Polaroid 3-pack videotape is a sure crowd pleaser. Just look at the numbers of footsteps it consistently brings into Venture. 15,000 units will walk out during Sight and Sound. Well, there you have it. The spring 1988 Sight and Sound All-Star lineup. Sight and Sound is Major League business, and Venture's got the winning team. Mike Dixon for VBN Sports.
That's quite a roster, Mike. On a more serious note, it has been reported that last fall's highly touted Sight and Sound Jeopardy contest was tainted by alleged cheating in the final Jeopardy round. The accused, Brad Glazer, joins us now in our studios to share his side of the story. Brad, exactly what did happen on that day last November?
Glenn, I haven't seen the videotape yet, but to the best of my knowledge, the gentleman standing on my left was merely soliciting my help in answering the final Jeopardy question. I was just merely looking over his shoulder to see if what he had written down is what I had told him to.
Let's go right to the videotape and see exactly what did happen last November. Well, it all boils down to this. The category is software. Our contestants have made their wagers, so without any further ado, the final Jeopardy answer is, this entire classification is priced less than last year. Good luck, contestants. Time's up. The category once again is software, and the final Jeopardy answer is, this entire classification is priced less than last year. Carl, you've got $3,200. May I see your question, please? What are Nintendo? I think you mean Nintendo carts, but that is incorrect. The $3,200, that breaks you at it even. Let's move on to Brad. Brad, you've got $2,600. Can I see your question, please? Also, what are Nintendo carts? No, that's incorrect. $2,600. Well, I think the video speaks for itself. We'll take a short break while Brad begins to prepare his resume and return with more news right after this.
What will the future bring from Nintendo? More hits like Super Mario Brothers. Arcade hits like Kung Fu. Nintendo has the most video game hits. Hogan's Alley, Duck Hunt, and more like baseball and Excite Bike. And you can play them only on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Time now for VBN's entertainment critic, the irrepressible Billy Rose.
Hello, Bill Rose here with this week's entertainment review. With all the parties and excitement since the Academy Awards, I think I'll collapse. But such is life in Hollywood these days. I did manage to squeeze into my busy schedule this week time to attend a sneak preview of Venture's Sight and Sound, Spring 1988. And for the kids, it's cartoons, starring many of my close personal friends, Bugs, Woody, Porky, and my favorite, Lulu. And at only $2.99, you know, that's really not much more than a bag of popcorn. And if you want to sell these like popcorn, you be sure you have your 4x4 table set. And for the Trekkies, and who isn't one these days, a complete series, including the new release, Voyage Home, only $14.99. Can you stand it? Beam me up for this one, Scotty. But wait, you must promise me one thing. All movies must be set by price point and kept by category. To be sure to get a good review from the customer, you'll make it easy for them to find the wanted titles. Now, well, back to the excitement. Jane Fonda, another release and another hit. Startup, at only $14.99. Now here's a hot one. If you can keep a secret, a close personal friend of Jane's recently told me she not only just had a facelift, but she secretly smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Such is life in show business. There you have it, Fincher's Sight and Sound, Spring 1988. And I give it 2 thumbs up.
Well, Cindy, it sounds like Venture's Spring Sight and Sound sale is truly a team effort.
That's right, Glenn. With merchandising, distribution, the stores, the warehouse, the regional staff all working together, I'm sure Venture can make it happen.
$4,413,000 in 1 week. Challenging but achievable. With some of the great values we've seen this morning, there's no doubt Venture will achieve its 37% increase over last year.
Sounds like an excellent performance, Glenn.
That's our report for the spring of '88. For VBN News, this is Glenn Chase.
And I'm Cindy Wallace.
Goodbye for now. See you soon.